Hey guys, Lord Netsu here, and sorry if I haven't posted in a few days. Anyway, this will be what if Deku was all for one's son, and we're gonna start off with, well, yeah, when Suku was born. And Suku has a mix of Inko and all for one's hair. So, like, very light, I'm gonna say very light green. Actually, no, I'm gonna say Inko's hair was dark red, so and when we get to the beginning of the anime, Suku's face will look like that one. And yes, that will be his hair. And that will be a marking that he'll get later on. And yeah. Hisashi actually loved his family, so he didn't want them to get into, well, to find out, to get involved in some way. So yeah. So yeah. He told his doctor to not try to not even go near his family because yeah, he doesn't want them harmed in any way. And he pretty much replaced their memories, replaced Inko's and Suku's memories, and pretty much switched all the memories that had him in there with Hisashi, a very good friend of all for one, and is not really a villain or a hero. It's just a citizen that had a very powerful quirk, which was so fire breathing. So yeah, which we know this person as Isashi. So yeah. So yeah, Isashi is Suku's godfather. But to him, Suku's gonna know him as his father. And yeah, Isashi is a brilliant scientist. And his quirk can help him sometimes. So yeah, when Suku was 6, Isashi walked into Suku's room one day and saw him trying to do something that he would have done at Suku's age. You know, Isashi would just walk on to him and be like, "Hey buddy, what are you doing?" And yeah. And yeah, Suku got scared because he didn't hear it. God didn't hear Isashi pop just come up. So he just messed up what he was doing and a tiny explosion. And yeah, Isashi's like, well, there. And yeah. Yeah. Isashi's like, so you want to be a scientist, huh? And yeah. Sugu nodded his head slowly. And yeah, he'd be like, all right, I'm going to help you. And yeah. And I'll just say this now. Sugu does have a quirk, but it's very hidden. And the the main part of the quirk is gonna help him later on. But the second part pretty much makes him 4 times smarter and learn things faster. 4 times as much. So yeah. Then we're gonna skip to when Asuku is 10, and yeah, he's half as good at science as Sashi, and yeah, Shuku is a Sashi sprinters, and And Suku with science, he's at a college grade level, but everything else, he's at a high school level. So yeah, because he wants to excel in science. So yeah, and he does train his body so he can, because yeah, both Inko and Isashi tell him to do that, and he also would want to do it anyway. So yeah, and yeah, the whole entire world thinks he's quirkless, but yeah, no, he ain't. It's just a quirk that is very close to being useless. So yeah, Zuku, and then then we're gonna skip 2 more years, and yet Inko does know about the experiments they do there and at the lab, and she doesn't mind. She just, all she cares is if, as long as her baby's still alive, she doesn't care what happens. But then one of the experiments go extremely wrong. And this was gonna be the last one the last experiment Sashi was gonna make, but not on purpose. He wanted to make more experiments, do more experiments, but reality forced him to make this his, pretty much forced him to be basically what happened to Gaster, but everyone that knew Isashi will still remember him. So yeah. And yeah, I'm gonna say this. And now we get to, when we see the lab, we see a portal on the right in front of this, a portal, some type of portal right beneath Hisashi, not directly beneath, but below him. So yeah, and Shiku's with the rest, and and the other apprentices are official humans that Shashi has created. So yeah, and when this and when the experiment goes wrong, there's a shockwave that sends Izuku back and pretty much make him start bleeding from an eye and have a wound that would be like a crack on his skull. And one of his eyes was completely destroyed, but the rest of his head was completely fine for some reason. And yeah, and something actually came out of this portal, and this portal was connected to the whole entire multiverse of the My Hero Academia universe. So yeah, and out through this portal we see give me a second. Yeah, we see the symbiote just pretty much just slide it against the ground, just quickly looking for a new host. And this host finds Zuku. but it can tell that Suku's losing life. But yeah, and the first half of his quirk, like first thing that his quirk does is allows him to survive a lot more, and if something binds with him, it was staying with him permanently. So like the symbiote, yeah, it'll once it binds with him, it'll be with him. The symbiote will be with him always. Even if Suku's quirk is stolen, yeah, Suku will not be able. The symbiote will not. No one will be able to take away the symbiote from Izuku. So yeah. And so the symbiote saw one. Oh, and I'm also gonna say, one of Izuku's veins was open, and the symbiote saw that, and also, and I'm gonna, this symbiote has the power of Miles Morales and Venom. So yeah, and once the symbiote saw this, the opening in the vein, he just immediately went straight in there. And yeah, a few seconds later, the symbiote finally was all the way through Suku's body. Well, all throughout Suku's veins. So he's in every vein. Yeah, he's in them now. He's in the bloodstream of Suku now. So yeah. So what Carnage could do, yeah, this symbiote can do that as well. And yeah, Suku I ain't gonna heal. Because yeah, that shockwave made a permanent mark on him, which was his eye. And a scar on his face. That's pretty much a crack on his skull. That it goes from his forehead all the way right below his eye lids. So yeah, and Shiku wakes up. And so yeah, when he wakes back up, he's like, oh, what the hell? And he's like, wait, Tom. And yeah, he pretty much sees everybody just in like a gray shouting a like state. And yeah, he's like, James Thomas, and yeah, he just sees, well, one of the people that is James just in that same state as well. And yeah, James would be like, Sashi, he's gone. Yeah. And Sugu would appear, like, see Isashi's necklace. That is all that was left. And what is the necklace you see on the picture? What is it? Isashi's. And yeah, she would just go over there and just pick that up. And she was like, I'll never forget you, father. Yeah, he would put it on his neck, and yeah, you try to help the others, but he's unable to. They would just dust away. Yeah, everyone but him would forget those people except Hisashi. Hisashi was the only person that was going to be slightly remembered. So yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah. And when Shugo got home, they put an eye patch over his eye. And it cleaned up his face because yeah, there was blood and just dripping down it from his eye. And yeah. And Zuko looked in a mirror before he left the lab. No, so took everything from the lab. And he found, and yeah, he looked into a mirror to see why there was blood coming out of his eye, and yeah, and he saw that one of his eyes was completely missing. And yeah, he's like, oh, what the hell? And yeah, but he sees that the blood completely stopped after a while. Yeah, he's like, what the hell happened? And yeah, he'll just like, I'll just figure it out later. And yeah, then he'll just grab all the stuff that he can use for more science. And yeah. And let me say this, one of the experiments had made was a serum that gave someone the strength of All Might at Prime. Guys, yeah. Sashi wanted to give Zuko the best chance to win against anyone. And you know, when that serum was put into Zuko's bloodstream, a mark started to grow onto Zuko, and it gave Zuko pain. And yeah, the marking you see on Zuko's arm, that's what on the arm on the picture. Yeah, that's what Zuko's marking looks like. And yeah, we get to the symbiote inside Zuko's body, and yeah, the symbiote is like, the perfect host. But why am I not able to? But why am I not able to even try to get out? And yeah, then since he's in the bloodstream, he would figure out about the quirk. And yeah, like, he has a power that binds me with him. Oh well, may as well get to know him. And we skip to Izuku when he gets home, and you know he's just tearing up. And yeah, when he opens the door, she's like, "No." And yeah, she would walk towards the door, and yeah, she would just see Izuku with the eye patch over his eye, and him crying. And yeah, she'd be like, "Honey, what's wrong?" And yeah. And yeah, Zuko just, and yeah, Inko ain't fat. She ain't that chubby version of her. She is the version of her, the skinny version of her that we'd all love to actually see in canon, the present time of canon. So yeah, Zuko would just say, "Mom, Mom, that's gone," and yeah, she would, "Honey, what do you mean?" And yeah, Sugar would just say an experiment went wrong. and he fell in. Yeah, Suga would just tell her the experiment that they were working on. He fell into it. And yeah, Inko would be crying as well, and yeah. And when Inko asked what happened to him, Suga would just remove his eye patch, and yeah, she would see that his eye is completely gone, but there's no bleeding at all. And yeah, she'd be like, Hattie, what happened? And yeah, she would like, I don't know, but this, like, when the experiment went wrong, there was a shockwave, and it pretty much completely destroyed my eye and gave me this wound on my head, on my face. And yeah, she would see the scar because yeah, her hair is pretty long. So yeah, he would move his hair a little bit, and yeah, she would see the wound. And yeah, that will be his scar. A scar, the only scar he'll have. Plus his eye missing. And I'm gonna name the symbiote Katarus. Katarus, yeah. The name of the symbiote is Katarus. And yeah, when we skip to the night and she could fall asleep. And he wakes up in his landscape and he's like, where the hell am I? Yeah. Yeah, then he sees Katarus just sitting down right in front of him. And yeah, Katarus would just like look up and be like, hello. And yeah, she would be like, the hell are you? First, what the hell are you? And where the hell am I? And and Katarus would be like, hello, I am a symbiote. And you are your mindscape, and she would just be like, okay, what are you doing here? And yeah, and Katarus like just telling the whole thing about what symbiote needs to survive, and yeah, she was like, that makes sense. So, and Katarus would also tell him that apparently you have some type of power that binds me to you. And yeah, she would go like, huh, that's weird. Never thought I had one. Then she would just tell, and Katarus would ask what these powers are, and yeah, she would just tell him all about quirks, and yeah, Katarus would be like, now that makes sense. But your power is interesting. It permanently binds me to you. So we may as well get to know each other. Yeah. And also, Zuko is a perfect. So yeah, Zuko and Katarus have a perfect symbiosis. So yeah, and Zuko would be like, okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself, then I'll tell you about me. And yeah, and they would be talking for hours in his mindscape, which, well, actually for days in his mindscape, but would only be a full night. And yeah, then when 10 hours, then when it's daytime, Zuko, Katarus would be like, I will be able to talk to you anytime I wish to. And you can talk to me anytime you wish to. But since I don't want us to be experimented on. I will only show myself if you want me to. Yeah, she was like, alright then. Katarus. I'm like, and yeah, I'm gonna say, throughout the season, the Mindscape, which was only 10 hours, Sugu asked for his name. Well, actually, they would gave each other their names, which Sugu would tell him his name, and Katarus would tell him his name. So yeah, and Sugu was like, alright, Katarus, I'll see you. We'll probably talk later. And yeah, Sugu would wake up, and yeah. Then we're gonna skip 2 more years, and yeah. Baku would be bullying him about him being quirkless, but yeah. And yeah, Sugu wouldn't be asking Katarus for his powers at all. Because yeah, Sugu knows about the powers of Katarus. And Katarus knows about all his powers. So yeah, Sugu will know about him as well. So invisibility, like, those electricity powers that Miles Morales has. The 10 times boost to strength. It's basically making him making him almost unstoppable because of how battle smart he is. Yeah. And he is one of the smartest people on the planet. So yeah. And during the 2 years, Yuku has been training with Kratos, Kratos. Yeah. When we get to the beginning of the anime, Sugu has mastered his can perfectly use all of Katar's abilities. So yeah. And what we see in canon would not happen because yeah, when Sugu saw the fight, Sugu would just like, and just walk away and just go to school and yeah, then when the teacher said stuff about Paco and Sugu wanted to go to UA, everybody was like, yeah, he would probably get safe about Bunker, and he would probably get into QA. Then they would all laugh at Izuku because yeah, they don't think a Quirk can actually get into the school. And yeah, Izuku would just look at him like, yeah. When Bakio would say the same thing, and yeah, Izuku would just look at him, but like, do you really think you have a chance to get into UA? Pretty just look at all of them, just bored out of his mind. Yeah, he is bored out of his mind. And just look at all of them like, who has a actual better chance of getting into UA? Bakio Kotsky or any of you people? Or any of you people? Or me? Who out of all in this class has the best chance in getting into UA? Go ahead, say it. And yeah, They would all say Bakugo, and yeah, Bakugo like damn straight, and yeah. Sugu would just look at the teacher and be like, "Teach, give me your opinion." And yeah, the teacher would be like, you want my opinion? Yeah, I think you can get into, you could get into UA. And yeah, everybody would like, what? Like, he's quickest. And yeah, Sugu would just look at all of them and be like, yeah, Sugu doesn't see quirks as everything, but the whole entire world does, except a few people in the world. And yeah, Inko's one of them. And yeah, Sugu would just be like, hmm. And yeah, Sugu's body looks exactly like this, but he's a little bit shorter, like half this size. Basically, imagine Suku at Bakugo's height. So yeah, Suku would be really. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, Suku wouldn't be really intimidated by Suku because, well, I mean by Bakugo because yeah, the only real person that can even get close to intimidating him is his dad. And Hisashi was way more intimidating than Bakugo. So yeah. So actually no, Hisashi was technically Hisashi. Yeah, Sugu doesn't know that Alpha One is actually his dad, but he will figure that out. Because yeah. So yeah. And when we get to the end of the day, yeah, Bakugo would say that same thing, but Sugu would just be like, he's a fool. And yeah, Katarus would just be like, why don't you just teach that kid a lesson already? And yeah, Sugu would just be like, oh, he'll learn it. He'll learn it, definitely. He doesn't even know I was in a life and death situation before. And yeah, Katarus would be like, true. Deku, true. And yeah, Sugu would just start walking, and when he would go under the bridge, his sixth sense would start going off, and yeah, she would just like and just jump out, just do a front flip out of the tunnel, well out of the bridge, out of under the bridge, and yeah, the sludge monster, the sludge man, but you're fast, kid. Yeah, she would just like, no, you're too predictive, and you hear like, just give me a body. I didn't know that Franco was in town, and yeah. And Suku knows how some villains think, so, well, is very smart and knows how most people think. So he would like, yeah, and Suku would just begin this, and yeah, Suku would just like, I don't think so. And plus, not many people think he's a freak, you know. But I, for one, don't really care. Yeah, and the Sludge Man, monster, the Sludge Man would be like, yeah, just come here and I'm gonna take your body. And yeah, Suku would just be like, now that you say that, sorry, but Hari has been occupied. And yeah, and yeah, just going like, what the fuck? And yeah, and then she would just remove his eye patch, just lift his eye patch, and yeah, and yeah, at, and yeah, the Sludge would just see a empty, empty, empty socket where an eye is supposed to be, and yeah, he's like, what the fuck? Yeah, then he was just seeing a green, a greenish, black, and a white eye just pop out of nowhere. And yeah, the soldier owner would be creeped out by that, and yeah, so we would just be like, Katarus, do you mind? And yeah, Katarus would be like, certainly, partner. And yeah, then Katarus would cut out Izuku's eye. Well, actually, no, you would just start surrounding Izuku's arm, and it would turn into a blade. And yeah, he'd be like, thank you, Katarus. Now, let's see. Katarus, take over for a little bit. Yeah, the Katarus will completely take over Suku's body and just go straight towards this sergeant and just punch it straight to the ground and just punch him with all my it. And yeah, then Katarus would just go back into Suku's body. And yeah, Suku would be like, thank you, Katarus. Now we should be leaving. And yeah, when Suku, yeah, then as soon as Suku turn around, he would see All Might just land, and yeah, we'll just come out of the sewer, and yeah, he would just be like, well, that's disgusting. And yeah, All Might like, I am here. What the hell just happened? And yeah, she would be like, and Sludge feelings like, yeah, and she would just All Might would just ask Suku where the Sludge land was at, and yeah, she would just point all around the tunnel, and yeah, like all around under the bridge, and yeah, All Might would be like, you must have a super strength enhancement quirk, and yeah. Suku would just be like, no. In my opinion, Quirk, my Quirk is way more weird than that. And that is, we would just walk away. And yeah, All Might would be thinking, if he doesn't have a serious, you're like, no, I don't care. And just get the Sludge and take him to a place, to a PlayStation. And yeah, after the 10 months, Zuko has been training and studying. And yeah, at this point, he has a strength. And yeah, he has twice. Yeah, right now, well, yeah, he barely needs to train for it, but he's still going to train to become the strongest there is. Because he's thinking of everything. Strength, knowledge. Strength and knowledge of battles, science, math, biology, all of that. So yeah, Suku's basically balancing all the notes, all his studies, and basically overdoing it because yeah, the moment one of his muscle tears, Katarus just instantly heals that. So yeah, Suku can now overdo it as much as he wants. And Katarus doesn't really mind because stronger body for his Suku. So yeah. And a few times during the months. Yeah. I'm gonna say a certain vigilante, like a certain person who was watching a Suku. And yeah, this person was, we see this dude, or Umo Akakuro. And yeah, he's actually getting inspired by Suku because yeah, every time Suku can, he's gonna save someone. And yeah, and I'm gonna say this Suku's town is, well, city is a lot more chaotic than others. So yeah, Suku just, every time he would pass by someone getting hurt, it would just knock the person that was getting hurt, well, pass out the person that was attacking them and just help him out. Well, pretty much every villain attack he sees, he would help out. Because yeah, they really can't arrest him for doing something that without a quirk, because he doesn't have a quirk in their eyes. Is that his quirk is pretty much useless, and yeah, he hasn't used Katarus either. So yeah, and he's just getting battle experience, so he can do a lot better as a hero. And yeah, Stain, the person that will be known as Stain, actually see this kid kind of like All Might, but yeah, this is still vigilante work technically. So yeah, at the end of the 10 months, and yeah, oh wait, hold on. Yeah, his costume looks like this when he's a vigilante. When he's working as a vigilante, basically he's wearing something like that. So yeah, Suku would be in there. Then at the end of the 10 months, Suku would go to the UA entrance exam, and yeah, we're gonna get to that next time. Anyway, if you like this, like to subscribe and comment for more. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Adios, amigos.